Okay, so I got a lot of requests about how exactly did I do this Pete the Cat activity for my preschool disabled demo lesson. So I thought I'd just make a video of what I did. It's by far not a genius thing. It's just, I kind of came up with it at the last minute, but I think it worked out really, really well. So hopefully it'll give you guys some ideas of, you can kind of take it where you want to and what your goals are for your kids. So I have Pete the Cat. I Love My White Shoes. It's a great book because there's a lot of different things you can target, from positional words, WH questions, color concepts, basic concepts like fruits, opposites like clean and dirty, wet and dry, stuff like that. And I also really like the book because it has a song and it gets the kids clapping and involved, etc. You don't have to buy this. I got this at Barnes & Noble. This is Pete the Cat. And how I started my lesson was I had Pete in a blue bag. So here's my blue bag I got at the dollar store. I had Pete in the bag and I kind of shook the bag and I said, "Oh, what did I bring you guys? I brought you guys something really exciting. It's a surprise." And I peeked in there and I said, "Oh, I think he's moving. What do you think it could be?" Pulled him out of the bag and they were all excited. "What is this?" And they were all screaming, "Cat." You can make it silly like, does your cat wear shoes? "Oh, my cat doesn't wear shoes." Or something like, you could say, "Does the cat say woof?" "No," something like that. All right, so I also made, I just bought this board. It's just foam core board. And I also decided to use black Velcro, actually because I had black Velcro and ran out of white, but I think it actually made more sense because the kids could see it on the whiteboard and know exactly where to put the pieces. So I thought that kind of worked out nice. I went on Google Images and blew up Pete as big as I could just on 8x11 paper and cut him out. I just used Word Perfect to just blow him up. You could even take him to Staples if you really, really wanted to make him big. And then I cut him out and laminated him. I also, just through Google Images, made this bucket of water, fake strawberries, I think these are nice and clear, and also the mud. And my brother's wife is a teacher, so she suggested she's a preschool teacher, so she suggested to write the words on the actual items just to promote some phonological awareness and etc., etc. Okay, I also made these shoes. So I have blue, white, red, and brown, and I used the soft Velcro on the back and the hard Velcro on my board. I used just foam. At Walmart, I think it was about $5 for a big packet of different colors. And I just printed out a shoe online and just traced with a pencil on the foam and just cut it out. Okay, so I have four different shoes, 4 shoes for each different color. So 4 shoes, 4 different colors, 16 shoes. All right, so you don't have to, you could even draw Pete the Cat. You don't have to have him cut out, but I just did just in case I wanted to pick him up and move him around, but I really didn't do that in my lesson. All right, so what I did, so I read the book, and throughout the book I asked different WH questions, as long as I was also trying to target some positional words. And in my book, just to remind myself of the questions I wanted to ask, I just used a little note right here just to remind myself of the questions I wanted to ask. I didn't want to ask a question every single page because I don't want to bombard the kids, but I just loved how colorful this book is and how cute and interesting it is. Things like, what's the weather like? When do you use an umbrella? What happens what color are your shoes going to turn when you step in mud? Stuff like that. Lots of great stuff to target and be creative. I'm sure you guys are a lot more creative than I am. Okay, so here's the book. So once I was done with the book, I transitioned over to this activity. So I said, now I told the story, now it's your turn to tell me the story again. So we're just targeting story retell. So what there were 8 kids in my group, so it kind of worked out perfectly because I would have one kid put the item on the board. So the first, I showed a picture from the book. I said, what color were Pete's shoes first? Showed them the picture, and then the first kid got to put on the white shoes on Pete, you see. And then I said, what did he step in first? Show them the picture, and bam, put the strawberries on the board. The next kid can take off the white shoes. Okay, what color did Pete's shoes turn? They turned red. Okay, then next page turned brown, etc., etc. Or I'm sorry, blue. Blueberries came next. Put the blueberries, changed to the blue shoes. Okay, so one kid can put on this item, and the next kid can put on the shoes, or however you want to do it. That's just kind of what worked for me. Let's see, a few other just words of wisdom that my brother's wife gave me, because she's a teacher, she's not a speech therapist. So when introducing the book, she said just try to use a hook to get them interested in the book. Just show them the cover. You can ask them things like, who do you think the story's gonna be about? Or what is Pete wearing on his feet? Point to the words on the page to introduce the title, as well as introduce the author and the illustrator. So I think I said something like, and the author of the story is the author of the story, he's the guy that writes the words, is Eric Litwin. And the illustrator, that's the guy that draws the pictures, is James Dean. Another just word of wisdom, I'm sure you guys know, is to hold the book when you're reading. Always show it to them, not to you. Have it facing them and hold it. I'm sorry, I'm a little clumsy here with the phone. Just hold the book from the bottom. I can't do it right now. Hold the book from the bottom while you turn the pages. So that was my Pete the Cat activity. I'm sure you guys can come up with a lot more things to do. I'm thinking you could work on basic categories like fruits, foods, opposites. There's so much you can do with this book. It's a really great one. So, run with it. And thanks for listening, guys. Hope it helped.